Where would you like to start?
The thing that occurs to me again and again is since I've been a business owner is why aren't I more successful? And I want to caveat that with like, what does success mean to me? And that's shifted over time. So on the one hand, I am successful because I have created a business that suits my family lifestyle. I've got two children. I can spend time with them. I'm there for school pickup. I spend time with them during the school holidays. I have a much more loving relationship with my partner. I'm far less stressed than I have ever been. I'm much more at peace. I love what I do. So there's loads of great things that are like, this is a successful life. And yet I have it's not constant, but I have a curiosity and I guess, an inquiry around financially, I can feel like I'm not as successful as I could be, as it's possible to be, and maybe more abundant with finances, having a different relationship with money. And I'm coming with that.
As I'm listening, I don't know what will land here, but there's something around I'm wondering if there's something around, have you allowed money to become part of your definition of what success is?
Hmm, that's a good question. Maybe not. I mean, I've set goals around finances. I've had ideas of I know I've certainly just sitting with that question, have I allowed money to become part of what my definition of success is? When I first started my work, when I first created my business, it was like I wanted to replace what I was earning before with, um, yeah, I just wanted to replace what I was earning before with what I'm doing now. And I've achieved that. But I suppose even then, the financial goal wasn't, no, so maybe I haven't. Maybe I haven't. To
Hmm.
answer your question directly, thinking of it, maybe I haven't. It's it's sort of been on the periphery, and I've spent time on this since I've been had my own business versus being employed, more traditionally employed, valuing other things that maybe I've not been valuing financial stuff in the same way with the same gravitas.
Yeah, and what do you see as being possible now?
That it can be. I guess that there was such a story in the past around what money meant and, like, how it was a sort of almost like a correlation of my value of how I saw myself in the world, and this whole, like, it's not important to me, but it has been important, that now I can see that I can hold it a bit more loose, like, a bit more lightly. I want to hold it more lightly. moving forward. I guess what I mean by that is, like, have a lightness around it, have a more of a lightness, more of a playful energy around it. Like, I have playful energy, more testing energy in certain in many aspects of my work. So, yeah, I guess I don't know if I've answered the question. That's what I'm seeing as more possible. Like, I have less on it. I have less on it, I guess. And I want to have a bit more of, yeah, of a playful energy. I don't know, that's the wrong word. That's not really what I mean, though. I have less on it, and, would like to I want to I desire to be able to, like, turn it up a little bit, to turn it
Mm,
up, to turn up
mm,
that dial, like, almost like I imagine a radio, and I've been playing with the treble and the bass for ages, and now I wanna do, like, turn the whole volume up.
mm. And with that analogy, what I get curious about then is there a belief here that if you turn the volume up too high, it will be at the detriment to the other parts of your definition of what a successful life is?
Possibly. I mean, maybe in the past, but I don't feel so now. I don't think so. I
Mm,
don't think so. No.
great. So what does let's take this from abstract to reality. What does turning the volume up look like in the immediate future for you?
Charging, so I have charging the same amount for all my clients.
Hmm.
That's one thing. So be more consistent in my pricing, not as a strict rule, but just as a place to come from, as a starting point.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. And I've increased my pricing recently at the start of the year. And, I have two clients that are paying that rate. And so more of that. And it's like I'm on the path. I guess sitting with it is, I guess I've been noticing that the tendency to create a story about where someone else is at does show up, not always based on facts, just creating a story, creating a belief. But yeah, more of that for sure.
And so that's an extension or a continuation of what's already happening.
Mm.
If you were to really stand in this, because you mentioned earlier that in the past you've had monies as goals, and I love Rich Litvin's the way he talks about goals as a place to stand or a place to come from rather than a place to get to. So if this was already done and you were standing in it as done, what else would you start to do or stop doing?
Less, I would release the judgment or the, like, self-criticism I have that I can put on myself around how, active I have been towards creating, let's say, creating clients or being in conversation with the kinds of people that I believe can pay my pricing.
Mm.
So certainly, like, being less critical and judgmental towards myself. I think that's all comes from, like, should be faster. I mean, even that the question of, one, I'm more successful, is coming from, like, I'm supposed to be
Mm.
somewhere by now.
Yeah.
Why aren't I there
Yeah.
yet? Right?
Yeah.
And I can recognize it. And there's some judgment, like, criticism that comes up, like, given who I am, given my experience, given the circles I operate in, given the coaching I receive or participate in, or the conversations I'm in, like, really? That kind of, it's that kind of voice. And I think really sitting in that space of like, okay, it's done. Like it's possible and it's done. My only job is to kind of get my small thinking out the way and just trust, really, create myself each moment to be the person that is creating that. It would certainly take off some of the pressure, because I think all that criticism comes from this pressure of like, it's on me. So there's that whole like responsibility thing that plays out as well.
Mhm. Mm. Yeah, and I wonder what might shift for you if you stop worrying about, do I believe that they can afford this,
Yeah.
and focused on like, can I believe that it's worth this?
Mm. Yeah. 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 It's funny, isn't it? I wonder if there's like a little bit of sneaky skepticism hanging around of like, is it though? It's
Mm.
interesting. Interesting to be with that.
Yeah, in my experience, until I embody what I charge or what I'm offering and fully believe in it, it's very hard to persuade others into something that I don't quite believe myself.
Mm. Yeah. I do believe it though, because I'm in it and I'm doing it. And every day is like, I wonder, it's interesting, isn't it? I wonder if the skepticism isn't, it's a habit of thought rather than, what I mean is like, it's just something that shows up, just as something that showed up then from that question. And it um, doesn't mean anything. Like,
Mm.
hold on, because I live and breathe and witness the impact of the work that I'm doing with others, and that have received, like, in conversations like this where I'm like, okay, stuff cracking open and being able to sit, and it's beyond an intellectual endeavor. I think that's the thing. That's what I see more and more, and that's what I bring to myself in each moment. I can,
Mm.
like, have a propensity to intellectualize stuff and, like, in the past, actually, but less and less now. It's like, yeah, I've got some good words for things, but my own personal experience, that's why I keep investing in coaching, because I believe in it, not because it's something I think I should do.
Yeah. I've
Yeah,
just looked I've just looked down at your first question. Why aren't I
yeah,
more successful?
yeah.
What are you seeing there now?
there's something around, like, it takes the time it takes, like, trusting that. I like I think I oscillate between, um, everything I have created, everything I like, in a work space and in my relationship is an incredible foundation for everything that's coming in the future, that I'm creating in the future. And maybe this, like, definition of success is more about just I think there's a, like, I want it to be faster. I want it to
Mm.
yeah, because 'cause I'm having a lot of fun. Like, I do
Mm.
have, like, I really enjoy my life, really enjoy my life, like yeah. So, what am I seeing in the question?
Can I share the image that's come to me whilst you're speaking?
Please, yeah, go on.
So, you're talking about how your relationship and the business you've already built is like a really good foundation for the future. So, had this image of you have built this incredible castle with these amazing views, and you're like putting the kind of last stone on the top level of the parapet, but you're still telling yourself that you're building the foundations. You just haven't looked up to take in everything that you've created and actually fully experience it.
Yeah.
Like, what if you already are successful? What if this is what success feels like, but there's a potential disconnect between what you've created and your experience of it?
Mm. Think that kind of, like, it resonates, and I think part of this as well is that and, you know, given what you know about where I'm working as well, like, in some of the things I'm involved in, like, in the past, I've been brilliant at following a blueprint. I'm really good at that, and there isn't a blueprint here. There is there kind of is. There's other people doing what I do and creating businesses in the way that I do, and there's some good practices, but actually just really seeing that we get to create, that castle however we want. Like, my castle's gonna look different to yours, and I guess in short, you're saying, like, "Okay, just wake up and smell the roses," right? Just, like,
Yeah.
it's kind of that, and that everything I hear, like, "Okay, as it is, everything's as it is." Yeah. Yeah.
What would happen in your life, not just in your business, if you could stand in the truth that I am already successful?
Yeah, my thinking's definitely got like, things to say about that. It's like, "Really?" So,
Mm.
yeah, that's kind of interesting. I don't think I've ever God, I've never stood there before. How funny. Or not, right?
Well,
Yeah,
if you're using "I'm not successful yet" as fuel to create success, then you would never allow yourself to see that you're already there.
yeah. Yeah, it's a treadmill, right? Oh.
Yeah, just yeah, close your eyes down and take a moment to just stand there and notice what you see and what you feel.
I'm just like, I can definitely breathe differently, and there's this phrase that comes to mind, it's like, "I'm much more here now. I am here now,"
Mm.
um, rather than trying to get somewhere else, and it feels spacious. Yeah, I'm a lot more and, like, I was gonna use that word effortless,
Yeah.
'cause there's efforting in trying to get to somewhere, right? And that's like, yeah.
Yeah, it requires a huge amount of effort and energy to get somewhere that you're not, particularly if you're creating that where I am isn't good enough or isn't further along enough.
And I think it's like quite, I don't know, it might be really obvious, right? But it feels like quite subtle because it was very loud. It's been very loud when I was coming into coaching. It's been very loud in many of my other jobs. And then as time has gone on in this work, it's got quieter and quieter and quieter. And it's still there, like,
Yeah.
just kind of quietly running in the background, popping up sometimes more loud. Definitely have months where um not months, but periods where it's really got incredibly loud and, like, slightly derailed me, so my relationship with it is shifting, for sure. And I can just in this conversation, it's obviously still, like, still there.
Mm.
Um, and I guess what we're pointing to here is it doesn't need to. It can be there. It can still be part of, it can still show up, but how do I respond to it? How am I gonna be with it?
Yeah, and it's not going anywhere. And it will become more and more wily and smart
Yeah.
and subtle the more that you grow and develop and learn about yourself. It will find a new way back in. And sometimes it's really useful. Sometimes if I really want to get something done for a few days, I'll scare the shit out of myself. And
Right.
it'll get me into incredible action and I'll make loads of stuff happen. And sometimes it sneaks up on me and I don't realize. And then I come out of this chaotic whirlpool. I'm like, oh, wow, I went there again.
Yeah.
I started building the foundations again.
Right. Yeah, it feels like really human, experience. And, it comes back to that for me, like, seeing it really clearly because I was kinda caught up in this yesterday. I had some, and again, the volume is lower, but it was still going on of like I spoke to myself at one point, I was like, "For fuck's sake, right, come on," right? It's like, because I knew what to do, and I wasn't doing the thing that I could do or that I know would make a difference in my life or someone else's life or in my business. And it's like, it's it's really interesting to, like, having been with that and I can come out of it faster, catch it. Not I just sort of laughed at myself. I was just like, "What am I doing?" And I had a glass of wine and I was just like, just like, "It's okay. Everything's okay." So I can come back to the moment and just, like, be more easeful, graceful each time, and I think this is part of that, of just seeing this, as you say, this, like, narrative has shown up, this, like, story or whatever I'm gonna call it, this approach
Hmm.
has shown up. It shows up, and just kind of loving it. I know that sounds funny, but, like, loving it for showing up, and I don't need to define everything I do by it, but I can see that it has me in, like, chasing, kind of striving mode,
Hmm.
and maybe I
Yeah.
haven't quite articulated the signature of it, of, like, what it looks and feels like, and this is certainly really helping me to see that, like, what that is. Like
Yeah.
what you
And
said, I can dial it up, dial it down, and that it's useful, can be useful. Like, it serves me, right, in some at some points.
yeah. I'm really interested in there's a energetic and like body shift in you from one way of being to this, like I'm already successful. Like you
Yeah,
said, like my breathing shifted. I opened
yeah,
up their space, and your energy
yeah.
just went from fizzing to just like phew, just like into the ground.
Right. I mean, in short, it's more grounded, right? I feel more grounded and less, like, less in my head, I think. Less in strategy and thinking and more, just simply, like, and practically just more in my body. I definitely feel it right now. And all my experience of myself is not all, but most of my best, uh, work or experiences with other people or, like, even a presentation or whatever comes from when I'm in this space.
Yes. Yeah, the sense that I have now is that when you're in this space, there's nothing you need from life. Is there anything else that's present, or do you feel complete?
No, this is good, and I think that I do feel complete. I think what if I can reflect back on what I'm sort of experiencing from this is, like I mentioned earlier, like the ebb and flow, is that I have more agency in that than I think I have realized. It's like this
Yeah.
conversation of going, as you said, from fizzing to then feeling grounded and feeling spacious. I can feel a looseness now in my shoulders. Is like I've just had a sense, yeah, that I have more agency in that. I can create more of that. But not
Yeah.
as a doing, not as like, "Well, what I need to do is go and," like, because that's where my mind's like, "Okay, what practice? Like, well, how are you gonna do that?" But it's just yeah,
Mm.
there's more it's a more subtle agency that's there. Yeah, so thank you for that.
No, thank you. And what comes to me as you say that is that this, where you are now energetically, I believe, from my experience, this is our natural state.
Mm,
And so it's never about a getting to this place. It's always a coming back to or a returning or a reorientation. I love the word. I love using reorientation as a way or as a practice or as a way of seeing this. That like I don't have to do anything to return to what I already am.
yeah,
I probably just need to stop doing whatever it is I'm doing that's creating my going away from it.
yeah, yeah,
And I like again looking at your question, and I don't normally answer a question so specifically, but why aren't I more successful? And my response is probably because you're saying that you're not,
yeah.
and it's probably that simple.
Yeah, yeah. I think, like, to cut through it, literally it is that.
Yeah. Oh, it's probably because I'm asking this question, and it's made as soon as I ask this question, I can't see how I already am.
Right. Yeah, and all this other stuff, it fuels that question fuels, like, loads of other things that aren't
Mm.
particularly useful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As
okay.
soon as you ask that question or a brother, sister, cousin of it, you're going down a rabbit hole
Yeah,
away from where you are stood right now.
yeah, yeah. Amazing.
Cool. Well,
Thank you. Thank you for that word orientation. That's really helpful.
no, perfect. And thank you for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.